Hi, hello. Welcome back to AI and the Human Connection. A recent New York Times article explored a fascinating and somewhat unsettling development in artificial intelligence. Companies now are offering services that claim to digitally recreate deceased loved ones. One of these apps is called Hereafter AI. This app, by using past conversations with you, hundreds of hours of recordings, your photos, social media data, creates a digital replica of you. Then your loved ones can chat with the virtual you. They might ask a question like this: where did you grow up? The app will show pictures of the city or the neighborhood and the house where you grew up, and then we'll generate a response. For instance, I love the summers there. Going to the market with my brother was amazing. It might not be something you have said, but it has the ability to regenerate this response based on the data. Another app is Storyfile, and they say that already a couple of thousand people signed up with them. These apps tap into our desire for connection with our loved ones after they're gone. But they also raise profound questions about grief, human nature, very boundaries between life and death. You have likely heard of the 5 stages of grief: shock and denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. Yet we know now that grief is not a linear process, but it's like a relentless tide, washing over us long after those initial waves have passed. Birthdays, anniversaries, and family reunions, they all stir echoes of what we have lost. Imagine Helen, a young mother whose husband died suddenly, leaving her adrift in a sea of despair. Their child is too young to remember his father, maybe a blur of faded photos. Now a company offers to build an AI replica of her husband. Could Helen bear to hear the voice of her husband again, however artificial? Or would it only reopen the wound, keeping her from finding any semblance of peace? With this timeless ache in our hearts, can we resist the opportunity to see our loved ones again, to hear their voices just once more? Even after funerals and farewells have been done, prayers offered, and memories enshrined, could we turn away? Would any of us turn away? Our hearts ache, yet our minds wander. Imagine this: an AI-powered android holds the consciousness of your loved one, his knowledge and memories, even his quirks of personality, everything uploaded. And after he died, you meet this android whose face and body uncannily resemble your loved ones. His voice spills from the android's mouth, and for a fleeting moment you laugh together again. How would this make you feel? Caught between your intense desire to connect with him and his solemn dignity, where would you draw the line? These questions carve canyons in the soul. Our answers today might shatter in the face of loss. The struggle is all the more poignant when grief casts us into utter solitude. Faced with endless days and nights of solitude, loneliness, do you think we could resist this strange AI connection? Can an android's mimicry cast a fragile ray of light into the depths of despair? Or is venturing there completely unethical for you? And if we now also add the religious perspective, at least in Abrahamic traditions, What would it mean to artificially recreate someone who was created by God, who came into existence by the very breath of God? Does this artificial reconnection challenge the sacred nature of our being? Or could it be seen as a means of divine compassion and love for a heart lost in sorrow? These are very difficult questions, and it seems there are a lot of them, to which there are no easy answers. As a chaplain serving in a hospital, I have seen how each person must find their own answers. Some ask, why this suffering? They are yearning for any solace. Before offering my perspective, I would emphasize that those are my answers and not yours. So maybe we will find our own answers to all these questions. Maybe we never will. But isn't this one of the things that makes us human? Our resilience to keep asking and not feel satisfied until we find the answer. Not an answer by an AI, not by a large language model, but our own. Thank you for joining me today. I look forward to hearing your thoughts on this. And please feel free to share your emotions as well. Remember, I'm a chaplain, and see you next week.